When's the last time you planned date night? And when's the last time that you planned date night without the expectation of S3X at the end? I'm going to share with you the psychology behind a great date night and a few tips to make your next date night amazing. And my guess is you might get S3X, but you might not. And either way, it's going to be awesome. Let's get into it. Hi, my name is Nakula, and I help married men transmute their S3X frustration so they can become powerhouses both in and outside the bedroom. Go to the description below, check out the links, take the free ejaculation control guide so you can learn to master your S3X energy. Date night. When's the last time you planned one? Many men, after being in a long-term relationship, and I know I've been with my wife 14 years, we can fall into a rut. Right? Where it's the same old routine, same old. And we can fall into this expectation that we're just going to get S3X. I showed up, I'm here. I worked all week. Let's do it. Or now I'm in the mood. Let's do it. Right? We all know this. We can admit this. The challenge is that when you come with an expectation of S3X, and it's why you have to drop it, she can feel that expectation from you, and that puts her in her head. And as women get in their head, the more that they're in their head, the more their own S3X energy is stifled because they're going to become more self-conscious. Do I look nice? Do I have it all together? And many women and men, like right now in this age, are living with so much anxiety, so much self-consciousness in a negative way. Not that they're self-conscious, like I'm self-aware. They're negatively self-conscious. They're so aware of everything they've been taught that's negative about them that's all they can think about. So the more your wife is in her head, the less S3X that's going to happen, period. So your job is to try to do your best to get her out of her head and back into her body, back into her feminine energy, which is a struggle for many women in this age, especially in this kind of woke society where we're all equal and women have been taught, I'm an independent woman and I'm not into those old school values, right? So all of that is playing into that psychology. But here's what happens. When you plan an awesome date night, you really invoke some real carnal aspects of both of you. So first of all, when you plan date night, you're taking responsibility for your relationship. You're starting to lead again in the relationship. Too many men come home and ask their wife, so what do you want to do? Now, I'm not saying that you never ask your wife what you want to do, but if you constantly are asking her what she wants to do, good chances are she's going to toss that question back to you. Say yes in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. Hey, what do you want to watch? I don't know. What do you want to watch? Hey, what do you want to eat tonight? I don't know. What do you want to eat tonight? Right? Hey, what would you like to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? Right? This is happening. Why? It's happening because actually, legitimately, she just doesn't know. And subconsciously, she's waiting for you to lead. So think about this. And this is just like the art of sales, okay? Imagine I came to you and I said, hey, you want to go out tonight? As friends, not like your wife. Like you go to a buddy, you call up your buddy, hey man, you want to do something tonight? All right, cool. What do you want to do? Oh, I don't know. What do you want to do? Right? That's generally not how guys interact. When you interact with a buddy, like I got my buddy Christian, I'll be like, look, hey man, you want to go hiking? Yeah, let's go hiking. Done, right? It's the same thing. What's a better time? A better time is something, some people are more likely to say yes when there's a plan. When you have no plan, what you're subtly showing her is that you have no plan. You're not a leader. You're not intelligent. You're not taking charge. Women are attracted to men who lead. Men who take charge. Taking charge does not mean that you tell everybody what to do. It means you're leading. You have a plan. You're exercising intelligence, which is a very attractive trait. And by the way, that's why you need to stop watching porn. You need to stop smoking weed. You need to stop drinking alcohol. You need to stop those things because those things take away your intelligence. It doesn't give you a sharp mind. You know what's really attractive to a woman? Someone with a sharp mind, meaning you have to be clear of mind. That's why if you're all messed up and you're jerking off all the time and you've got all these vices, it's taking away the sharpness of your mind, which is taking away your attractiveness. A leader means someone who has a plan, is executing that plan, is moving things forward. That's what she's going to be attracted to. So plan your date night and she will like the fact that you have a plan. She'll be like, oh, this is a man with a plan. Here's another thing too. Do not make the mistake that 90% of married men make, which says, yeah, but my woman's different. Oh, my woman is somehow different. So yes, there are definitely differences between each individual woman, just like there are differences between each individual man. Some women have different preferences or like different things, just like as men, right? We have different preferences, but the principles are the same. So don't think that somehow your woman, your wife somehow breaks the mold and doesn't fall into these natural attraction principles. It's bullshit. You're just not doing what you need to do to get your woman to have that carnal desire. That's what I'm talking about. Not like, oh, okay, I'm obligated. He took me out for date night, so I guess now I have to like do something, right? Now I have to give him S3X. If you have that expectation, she's going to feel it from you. It's going to repel her. And that carnal desire that, yeah, this is my man, that I want to rip off his clothes, will not be there because she already knows that's the expectation. She knows the whole date night is, you're not even, if you're rushing through date night just to get back home for S3X, it ain't gonna happen. And if it does happen and she allows you to, okay, go ahead, right? You won't be satisfied in it anyways because it won't be what you were looking for, and she won't be satisfied in it because that's not what she wanted in the first place. So you have to drop that expectation and you have to do it from a place of actual love, like just wanting to spend a good night and have a good time. Cyndi Lauper said it the best. Girls just want to have fun. So have a plan to have fun, meaning do things that are fun, that are exciting, that have some joy to it, that bring out laughter, that bring out sadness, emotion. That's why we love good movies. It brings different emotions. A good night is going to have different emotions. Maybe there's a little bit nervousness. We're going to go to a place we've never gone before. We're going to try something new. Ooh, I'm a little bit nervous about it. When you're planning your date night, don't tell her you're planning your date night. Just tell her, for example, maybe on Wednesday, you say to her, hey, on Friday, I'm taking you out. Make sure you look amazing. That's it. Don't say anything else, right? Don't start to ask her, would you like to go to this restaurant or that restaurant? Would you like to, go to a movie, or would you like to go play pool? Just have it planned. All you tell her is, Friday night, look your best. I'm taking you out. If she asks, say, don't worry about it. I've got it. All I need you to do is look your best. What this does is it also, one, it shows her that you're leading now. Now you're a man of action. Now you're a man with a plan. That's attractive. The second thing that's doing is it's creating mystery. She starts to think about it. Well, what should I wear? How do I have to look? Guess what? Attraction means she's thinking about you. If she's not thinking about you, she's not attracted to you. It's as simple as that. That's why you have to eliminate distractions in your marriage. Okay, here's one of the worst things you can do for date night. Watch TV. Do not watch TV. Why? Because she's now thinking about TV. You're thinking about her, but she's thinking about TV, right? Because as long as she is not thinking about you, there won't be attractiveness there. So you have to create the scenario in which she's thinking about you, which means you have to give her mystery. You have to actually make her a little bit like curious about what's going to happen. So this curiosity gets her to start to go, well, what am I going to wear? Ooh, he said I have to look good, right? Like, how good? I better look really good. So now she starts to get ready. She starts to think. Her mind is now thinking about what's going to happen. If you tell her everything that's going to happen and you tell her it's how it's all going to go down, there's nothing to think about and there's no attraction. And the third thing that you want to do on your date night is plan multiple different locations to go to, meaning it's not just a movie and we're coming home. Have a few different things that you're doing. Maybe you start off the evening or maybe you start earlier, right? Again, it's like break the monotony. It doesn't, it's 6 o'clock, it's evening, it's date night time, right? Or it's Friday and you start to text her now, hey, what's going on? And she goes, Friday, he's texting me, he wants S3X, right? She knows, she gets it. You have to throw her off a little bit, right? Meaning you have to be planned, which comes back to principle 1. You have to be a man with a plan. You have to put in effort. And as married men, we can easily fall into expectation without effort. I just expect you to do it. She knows it, you know it. There's nothing mysterious, there's nothing attractive. In fact, she might even be repulsed by it, and you can feel that from her. So, number 1, have a plan. Don't tell her the plan, just tell her to get ready. Number 2, create mystery around the night so that she's thinking about it and she's wondering about it. And she wants to know, well, what are we doing? Where are we going? Who's going to be there? How should I dress? Right? Let her battle that out. Let her think about that, because then she's thinking about you. Right? And that's one of the hardest things to do in married life. We stop thinking about our partner in that way, right? So many things are going on, TV, kids, whatever else, stresses, bills. You have to unburden your wife from those things, right? You have to eliminate distractions, because as long as those distractions are there, she's going to think about those things. And women want to feel safe and secure. So if you're not doing the initial stuff like providing and protecting, like if your bank account's not right, your health isn't right, she's worried about your health. Like I've had women literally say, I'm worried about my man's health. She's not attracted to you if she's worried about you. She's attracted to the guy who's got his shit together. Where she doesn't need to worry about nothing. She just needs to think about him and be like, wow, what kind of man is he? I wonder what he can do to me, right? There has to be something alluring there. So you have to do your basic duty, because no matter what you do, if you're not doing the basics, providing, protecting, being a good father, right? Being a good husband, being a community member, doing all of those things, there's nothing attractive about you. A lot of men complain to me, well, she's not attracted to me. I was like, well, tell me what's attractive about yourself, right? Tell me what is there to be attracted to. Right. Nothing. Okay, great. So that's why she's not attracted to you. Okay. So you have to become an attractive man, which means you have to get back to your basics. And by the way, one of the things you have to take care of is your vices. You are not a high value man if you've got vices, because you're weak. And that's a pill I had to swallow. It's a pill many men have to swallow and say, yeah, I'm weak. And if you have signs of weakness, she's not going to tell you. She's not going to be like, well, you're kind of weak for like having that vice. She'll never say that to you, but you should say that. And that's why men need to have other men, because you know who's going to tell you that? Your buddies. My buddy Christian, I remember one time we were talking about, and I'm like, yeah, I like Joe Louis. He just flat out said to me, you need to stop that. That is how men talk to each other. That is a man talking to a man. You need to stop that. If you don't have other men around you holding you to higher standards because they love you, because they care about you, because they know that you're awesome and they want to see you be even better, then you need to have men like that around. And oftentimes, because so many men are feminine now, they're just not around. So yeah, that means hiring me as your coach so I can tell it to you, or that means getting around other men. I don't know how you're going to get it. There's many ways to get it, but most likely you're going to have to make an effort to get around other high value men, because they're going to hold you to a higher standard. As men, we sharpen each other. That was the perfect thing he could have said to me, because the day that he said that to me, I have not ate one Joe Louis, not one. You know why? Because he told me, stop it. And I respect him, because we respect other high value men. And because I respect him and he said that, I'm like, you know what? I'm done with Joe Louis. And that was it. That's all it takes, is one high value man to say something positive to you, because, and again, he didn't say it to me because he was trying to put me down. He said it to me because he was trying to pull me up to a new standard when it comes to my health. And I've done the same for him in other aspects of his life. That's the type of men you need to be around. It's going to make your date nights and your whole marriage better. So anyways, I went on a bit of side tangent, but all of this comes into play. It's a holistic look at it. You cannot just say, oh, my wife doesn't want to bang me anymore, so I'm going to go jerk off to porn now. That is a weak way of looking at life. You need to do better. You need to be better. So let's get back to our plan. Number one, have a plan. Don't just let it, maybe it might happen, maybe it might not. Have a plan. What are you doing? 2, create mystery around that. Do different things. Date night again. Okay, we're going to go to the same restaurant. We're going to go to a movie. Then we're going to come home and you're going to expect S3X. Do something different. Break out of the monotony or the continuous routine. Maybe one night it's pool. Maybe it's a movie another night. Maybe it's going to see a band. Maybe it's going, hiking or camping. Maybe it's staying at home and playing video games or board games. But don't always do it because then it becomes routine, boring, expectation, no mystery. You have to create mystery, which means you need to be creative. And you know what creativity comes from? Your balls, intelligence. See, creativity is a sign of intelligence. It means you've got a lot going on up there. When you are consistently in your vices, your creativity gets stifled. No intelligence, nothing to be attracted to. Women are attracted to intelligence. Creativity is a sign of intelligence. So create mystery around your date nights by being creative and doing things different. And that means you might have to get out of your comfort zone. That means you might have to roll up your roller skates and go fall on your ass a few times just to have a good night. Great. Then do it. That's fine. Do things. If you want her to do things, then do things yourself, right? Show that you're willing to get out of your comfort zone, that you're willing to do things that's different. And then she'll take notice and go, oh, that's awesome. I'm having a lot of fun. Let's do that again. And then the third aspect of date night is to have multiple locations or do multiple things. So it's not just go to the movies, come home, go dinner, movies, home. Set it up a bit differently where you have a few different things that you're going to do, because what ends up happening is that it evokes more mystery. It shows that you have a plan. It shows that you're using creativity. You're putting effort. She's going to notice all of this. She's going to love it. And when you're going into different places, it evokes different energies because different places have different atmospheres. So, for example, maybe you start off with a coffee or a tea, at a Starbucks or whatever. Okay, great. And that's where it starts off. And then maybe you go to an arcade and play some video games, which is a totally different type of vibe or energy. And then from there, you go to the movies. And then after, you go to the pool hall, or after you go home and you're like, I've got a massage planned for you. Have different things, different activities or different atmospheres so that there's different emotions. Also, there's a feeling of status when you're walking in and out of different places. And women are very much driven by status. If women like men who are women are hypergamous, right? So they like men which they perceive have a higher social status than themselves, right? That's why women like men who are leading other men in some way. So the CEO, the politician, the business owner, the biker gang leader, whatever. Why? Why are these archetypes attractive to women? One, they're leading other men, which shows that they're strong, that they're stable, that they have a plan, and that they're intelligent enough that other men will actually follow them. Two, there's mystery behind that because you're out all day, you're doing your mission. As a man, you're on point, you're on task. That creates mystery around you, which then she has to think about you. And the reality is you have to get your woman to think about you. That's why you have to unburden her from all these distractions and all these other things in life. You have to unburden your wife so that your wife is free to let her own S3X energy go, which means you can't be a jealous little prick, okay? Just to be quite honest, because a lot of you guys, you're like, I want my wife to be all sexy and do these things, but as soon as she shows any kind of S3X power, oh no, what if another guy looks at her? What if, oh my gosh, she might cheat on me. You're so insecure that she doesn't even want to be that way because she doesn't want to throw you off. She's now adjusting her. She's now going to stifle her own energy because you can't handle it. So if you want your wife to be hot and heavy for you, then you have to ignite and let her S3X energy go, which means you have to deal with your jealousy, your envy, your insecurities, which are all signs of instability and unattractiveness. The worst thing you can be is jealous in your relationship. It is the killer of relationship. It is the killer of intimacy, and it's the killer of your bedroom life. Okay? By planning a great date night, by having mystery, and by using different locations, what you're doing is you're showing all the signs of an alpha male or a leader. You're giving her an excitement. You're giving her some thrill. You're giving her some mystery. And you're invoking different energies, which is going to stimulate her. And only until she's stimulated will she be able to have that carnal desire for you, have that lust for you that you want. And I know some of my spiritual guys are going, oh, we hate lust. Well, that's on you. I know if you're being honest, you want, in the context of your relationship and your marriage, you want her to have lust for you. And that lust, actually, through the process of S3X energy, through alchemy, as I teach inside of my Become a S3X Alchemist course, is actually the foundation of a strong bond between you. When you are being the man that you were designed to be, she ain't going anywhere. You don't have to worry about her cheating on you. You don't have to worry about her doing these things. Because if you are really providing, protecting, and you're able to keep that attraction alive, through polarization, meaning you're in your masculine, which allows her to be in her feminine, then women aren't like men where they're interested in going and being with 100 different men, you know? They're interested in intimacy and connection. So when you're able to provide that, you never have to worry about her. You never have to think, is she interested in somebody else? And even if she is, you have to be a man that's solid to be like, hey, fine. You have to know your value. You have to know in yourself, I am a good catch. And any woman that's with me is lucky to be with me. Because we know that 90% of men are not good catches. Most women settle for a man. They're just like, okay, I guess this is the guy I'll do it with, right? Because she's got needs, she's got urges. Maybe she wants to have kids. Maybe she's more probably driven by her want to have kids than actual attraction. But when you separate yourself from the pack and you actually totally embrace your masculine S3X energy unapologetically, naturally you're going to do these things. And also, she's going to be so attracted to you that you'll never have to worry about her. So plan date night, make it mysterious, make it fun, have a good time yourself, and drop the expectation of S3X. If it happens, great. And if it doesn't happen, great. You're not a needy man. You're good. As long as you're good, she's going to want you. And that's what you want. You want her to want you, right? It's not good enough just to have S3X. It's not good enough just to get a blowjob. You want her to want to do it. And the way you get her to want to do it is by dropping any expectation and becoming a powerhouse man. So if you're ready to take that step, if you're ready to take your marriage and your life to the next level, make sure you reach out and connect with me. I'll show you how it's done.